Hello, hello. Back in action. Day drinking with David. Once again in the Hollywood location. Back from Scotland. That was pretty cool. Very cold. Glasgow was freaking magical. Beautiful town. So many cool restaurants, bars. Obviously, amazing single malt. So that was quite exciting. Very, very happy to have gotten the opportunity to get over there, especially before their big surge, which is going on right now over there, which is a bummer. But they seem to be kind of indifferent to it, which is interesting. All good. Yeah, trip was great. Thanks for asking. It was too short. Lots of travel for not a lot of time there, but lots got done. Met with all our main suppliers. Reestablished our our good relations there. Met some new suppliers, a couple of really cool new guys, which we'll talk about later down the road. Don't want to jinx it. And thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. And yeah, it's a cool city, Glasgow. It's kind of a whirlwind thing, in and out. It's one of the best restaurants I've been to in a long time. Ox and Finch in Glasgow. That was fabulous. Good stuff. The only good thing about what's going on in the world now is that we're going to get all the single malt that was headed for the Far East, the east of Europe, and we'll take it, whatever. It's ours now. So that's good news. Supplies, have been tight, so it'll open some stuff up for us. Anyway, today we are doing something a little different. The last show, it made clear that everybody wants to talk about bourbon. So, of course, I'm going to talk about Armagnac. I have new samples of Encantada, blah, blah, blah. When you see the orange top, things are getting wild. Orange top, hello. And then we're going to go through our new Grangeries. These are La Orez from Geralt. We label them as Grangerie because we buy them from Grangerie, but they're not made at Grangerie. It's very interesting. And that's pretty fun stuff. 45 years in barrel. This one's 50 years in barrel. And then we'll taste through a few of the rare Armagnac companies, the fabulous Puche Gus, which we are obsessed with. That's this. I've got the 78, the 82, and the 90. Oh, I don't have the 84, but I didn't grab it, so voila. Unfortunately, my dear friend and compatriot Nick Palazzi left no information about the samples that we'll be tasting. So it's, who knows? I think these are from a new domain that we haven't had before. If you guys don't know the Encantada story, this is a small bottler. We've been very close with them. And, we bottled several casks for the shop. Oh, shoot. The top is coming off. I guess we're not going to taste this one. All right. I don't have a corkscrew. Let's moving on to sample 2. And, it's basically a bunch of friends who are interested in Armagnac, Vincent, and, he's like a traiteur, not a butcher, but kind of like a butcher / restaurateur, caterer, I think is the right word. Has a little lunch spot in Vic Ferenzac. And, yeah, they bought this lot of very, very high-quality Armagnac, basically, with the idea to drink it if they couldn't commercialize it. And ultimately, they did commercialize it. It's become one of the most important products we've sold from the region in a long time. And our friend Nick Palazzi at the same time was working with them. And so now he's the importer there. Oh, gosh. I believe these are late 90s, maybe 1998s, from an unnamed domain, but apparently one that we have not had before. So I don't have any information about them. God, these are nuts. Very exotic on the nose. We had mixed success with the last tasting. Nobody seemed to want those rare single malts. I guess the suburban crowd, huh? Pretty pretty limited interest in those extremely rare bourbons. Only about 20 people submitted bourbons, not rare bourbon, rare single malt. So that was interesting. So I guess I'll give away some bourbon today. People seem to be interested in that mostly. But maybe I shouldn't tell you that, or else people will like text all their friends and get on the day drinking now. They were pricey. They were, well, not all of them. And that Macallan was $120. It's pretty good. Single cask strength, heavily sherried Macallan. It's pretty much what like regular Macallan costs these days. Stag Junior pick update, no update, except that it has not left Kentucky yet. What does single malt taste like? I've never tried it. Holy moly. There's no yak that anybody cares to give away. Oh, I might have a bottle of Lupi Boo. I'll throw that in. We'll see. I don't know how to describe single malt to you off the cuff like that. I'd say it's a really complicated spirit, and that's part of the fun. 100 plus distilleries in Scotland and many more all over the world. McCheesy didn't think the Meadowlands Mac was worth the money. Okay, cool, great, bummer. I guess I'm glad you didn't get one in the giveaway then. Did you already email folks for those single malt giveaway? I was hoping for the Macallan LOL Taker of Naps. I haven't done that yet. But it's yours. Nobody cares. All the flippers go nuts. That was a great deal. McCheesy didn't like it, but so it goes. I was thinking a little confusing keeping track of what was being offered last week. Yeah, you can always reach out and ask me. It was a little complicated. I wanted to give people some diversity because of the different price points. Have you tried either of the 5 Cinco Sentidos that hit the new product feed yet? I had the Madre Quiche. They're always delicious. Can't go wrong with Cinco Sentidos. Which ones are you interested in particular? Waiting on 2 bottles of real McCoy rum. So much going on here today, guys. Less sweet, more complex variation than bourbon, Chris says. I guess that's the definition of single malt. Yeah, it's it's a complicated product, so I'd recommend just going out there and tasting it. There's no way to really describe it for you. Kavalan Port Cast was super tasty. Armagnac, I gotta try single malt then. You must try it. Why are you guys bundling each single barrel picks? Because Sazerac wants us to. Cool. Hoping the Las Graves and the Cardinat take a bit longer to get here so I can afford them after the last week's yak trial. Yeah, Las Graves is still in France. Cardinat as well, so no rush there. This Encantada is pretty tasty. Smells awesome. Lots of like spice and dried fruit. Will you be getting some ECBP? Probably. What's in the glass? We're trying Encantada samples. Single cask of Encantada. Very cool. Very cool stuff from my friend Nick Palazzi. What's the story with the Kavalan X Bourbon Barrel Solo? It seems like a great deal. It is. Yes, we got access to almost 100 cases of the stuff at a ridiculous price. Buy it now, forever hold your peace. You get a little glass with it. A little Glencairn, Crystal Glencairn. Wow, it's lighter bodied than I thought. It's quite juicy, almost like has that almost like fresh juice character to it. Wow. That was sample 2 because I broke the top off sample 1. I have no idea what these are because there's no indication. It just has the date and the sample number. So I'll have to get that a little more information. By the way, Elijah Craig Single Barrel is really damn good. That's great news. Yeah, it's hard. One of the hardest things about this job over the years was tasting all those Elijah Craig barrel proofs from the straight from the barrel. and then having the bottle them at 94 proof. Is the upcoming Las Graves the fresh? It is. It is La Fresh. I mean, that's what they say. I did hear from the family that owns Las Graves that they sold all their stock to our friends at Encantada. So I assume that that's the stuff. Because they're pretty close to La Fresh. They're pretty close. This one's darker. Nutty. Oxidative. Almost like Olorosa-y. Funkier. Not as tart. Darker. Spicier. More tannic. Very, very good. Sample number 3. You're in the running so far. Sample number 4 from the undisclosed Encantada domain. I think it's Couche-Tan or something like that. I remember something odd. Weird, like Basque looking word. Okay, this one's pretty weird. The nose is almost... This one's like funk bomb. Almost sulfury here. Kind of reminds me of like natural wine. It's a bit mousy. I don't know what's going on with that one. How strange. Okay, that was a nice little primer. Now moving on to the real deal stuff. We're going to go backwards today. We're going to go from oldest to youngest, just because the proofs are so much higher on the younger things. This is the 1970 Grangerie, bottled by Grangerie for us. The La Heureuse. It's a neighbor of that distillery, who, you know, the dad passed away or what have you, and they didn't have a way to commercialize it, so they just simply sold the stock to this chateau here. So we took advantage of that. You know, these aren't your big, you know, high proof in your face brandies, but they are extremely affordable for the age, and a good example of sort of the old school kind of hands-off style. You'll see the very dark color. It's, of course, no additives whatsoever, except for maybe a little bit of water. Just the result of lots of oxidation. Presumably some new wood, but not exclusively so. You'll see the darker colors on the pure new oak. I mean, look at that. That's much darker. I wonder if you can see that like this. Yeah, you can see it's quite a bit darker. So these are more, you know, what would arguably be called traditional, although, you know, Laporte at Puche Gu might say that his style is the more tradition. He was, you know, very much... These are the Puche Gus, the rare Armagnac company. You know, when he passed away, the stocks were sold to this company. You know, he was a historian. He owned an Armagnac museum, like basically a shed with a bunch of crazy old tools. So he might say his style was the more traditional, because he was very about that tradition, but certainly distinct in style. Oh, this is a great question. Why do people go nuts for the Encantada line? It's because they're really good, and, you know, they're doing barrel proof, single barrels, blah, 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 blah. ECBP store picks seem to be dropping all over social. Maybe an opportunity? Yeah, well, we got one, but we're going in April. Sorry, I'm way behind here. Lots of questions. Any new tequila kit picks in the pipeline? No. Any Tres Comas tequila? No. Do you try... They've closed that Tres Comas out. It's done. Did you try the Silver Seal Buna? The Octomore? No. I only had 2 bottles. There's only 2 bottles there. So... I didn't open one. It sadly says the KLWines experiment is already sold out. Already went through 100 cases. That is insane. Chris, there is more of the KLWines. I just didn't want to sell it all. So it'll be coming. I'll add another 50 bottles in special order today. Or shoot me an email if you don't see it. Is there Basque Armagnac? Mike, that's a great question. Gascogne is right on the border with Basque country, and so add a moderator. I don't want to do that. It's culturally, the regions are culturally linked and overlapping. So yeah, the southern part of Gascogne would be Basque in terms of its cultural heritage, and so you do see communities using Basque language and words and other things like that. 78 is dark. You're right. Did I miss anything else here, guys? I'm trying to catch up. Can't wait for them to arrive. Is this the same batch from a couple years ago? What are we talking about, leader? Are you talking about the Rare Armagnac company? No, they're all single barrels. So I'll add the barrel numbers now that I have them in front of me. Any ET on new Springbanks that were recently released in the UK? God, Springbank is the new Pappy, huh? I know the new local barley has a higher bottle count release. Yeah, they were saying maybe like winter here. Could be late summer or early winter. ECBP and Blankton's were on the coming soon list, but have gone and never hit the new product feed. What happened? I'm not sure. We often order those things hoping to get an allocation, and then when our suppliers tell us, oh, you're not getting any this week, we delete them, and then they fall off the coming soon page. Stuff that sells out quickly does not hit. Yeah, that's the other thing. If it sells out in less than 30 seconds, it won't hit the new product feed. That could be what happened there as well. Is the new stolen real McCoy actually 46 higher than the regular proof? I don't think so. Andrew bought that. I'll have to check. I hadn't tasted it. I think it's just like a special batch, but I think it's the same proof. Kind of an open-ended, but talking to people in Scotland, do you see Scotch continue to grow the way domestic bourbon producers see bourbon growing? Yes, there is a presumption that Scotch in general will continue to grow pretty significantly. So I'd say, there are some big ifs there. Certainly the situation in Europe isn't helping them, but I think they all see this, the big growth coming in the Far East and India and stuff like that. And most of that is, still with the blends in terms of volume. When's the new Sazerac bundle going live? It could be any time now. They're doing inventory. They did inventory yesterday. What is it, Thursday? Maybe even today. So it could be loaded up as early as today or tomorrow or next week. It's all in the warehouse. I'm not really sure when that'll happen. Gosh, this Grangerie smells awesome. Very chocolatey. Not too fruity. Big chocolate, almost like has a little bit of like that bitter bark, not anise, maybe a little bit of like mahogany barrel. I don't know a thing about cognac. What should I know about the bundled cognac with Taylor? Well, it's the new Sazerac product. Their name, goes all the way back to France, and supposedly it's good stuff. I haven't had a chance to taste it. It just arrived. But yeah, pretty good place to start. I didn't get to taste it, but I'm sure it's lovely. Can't be too bad. So I think it's a $100 bottle of, or $120 bottle of cognac and a $100 bottle of bourbon. It's not too bad. Coffee. A little bit of lacquer box. Oh, that's so powerful. I can't handle it. Oh, wow. After this, Encantada is just so drinkable, light, easygoing. Surprisingly rounded tannins. Good old school stuff. I mean, lots of chocolate. I'm going to open the 75 now. This was my favorite, actually, the 75 of these, the three. We had the 64, which you guys have really done a lot of damage on. I think it's sold out now. It's expensive grape juice. You should skip for sure. That's hilarious. Cognac's great, man. Cognac's great if you can get the good stuff. We've got some fun cognacs coming. Gosh, I always forget my knife. Okay. Gotta be prepared, right? Craig, you got a knife, bro? Yeah. Oh, never mind. I got it. Yeah, here we go. Okie dokie. On to the 1975. Boom. Old school label, old school bottles. These barrel aged for 45 years. I guess they're in glass now because that's... Yeah, that doesn't add up. All of the Armagnac labels are like totally goofy and don't make sense. I wonder why there aren't more California grapes being aged like Armagnac and bourbon. There's a couple reasons for that. Why spit when you could swallow joke? Thank you for that. Any more 64 coming? I'll try to get more on the next boat. Yeah, it goes very, very quickly, but I actually think the 75 is better. 64 is lighter, less wood. But I guess people love those big ages. I think part of the reason there isn't more, there is actually a huge amount of American California brandy produced, but most of it goes into less, most of it's quite industrial in terms of its production. Mostly it's because there's not a market for it, and, such a big part of why Armagnac is special is because it is that sort of familial farmer-driven thing. Cognac's a little bit different, and that's closer to the style, I guess, that California brandy would be in terms of the structure of the industry. But mostly the other thing is the cost of grapes is really high in California as compared to in the middle of nowhere Gascon, where there's not, you can get a high quality bottle of wine in Gascogne for 3-4 euros. So that's pretty rare. The low end in California is way lower in quality than what they're doing. And also maybe the climate doesn't, you need different things for wine grapes as you do for brandy. Brandy, you want higher acid, lower alcohol, and you can't add any sulfites. So it's different goals. So it's a little more complicated. I said no bundles unless they make us do bundles. Have you tried any of the Frey Ranch bourbons? I have. I tried some here. We bought a barrel. It was awesome. No Fireball bundles, that's for sure. Argonauts make California brandy. So does, they've got several brandy producers here. St. George does some brandy. We've got some great brandies from, what's the brand? Bear 2, Brandy Lab. They're pretty interesting products. Oh, the 75 is awesome. The nose on the 75 is crazy. We have some fun apple brandies from our friends at Hotling & Co. The 4-year and the 21-year Hotling apple brandies are delicious. I heard the next batch of Fuente Seca Blanco is coming very soon. Really, Chuck? That is news. Great news. I'm excited to taste that. How do you feel about the core range of El Tesoro? I feel great about it. Delish. Can't beat El Tesoro for Highland. Woot woot. What makes that 1975 you have in stock? Who makes the 1975? It's under the Grangerie label, although it was distilled at the property next door called La Jerez. I think I need to adjust the SKU, actually, in our system to accurately reflect that properly, but it's a little complicated. It's sold to us by the domain, but not distilled at the domain. Still waiting for a cast strength Fireball pick? Me too, bro. Me too. Oh, this has a nose. The 75 is awesome. Like caramel, burnt sugar, some dark black fruit compote. Any chance we'll see Tom's Foolery apple? Yeah, I'll probably buy another barrel. The cognac finish one was excellent. It was very, very good. Will you be drinking, or did you already drink the Puche Gus? Puche Gus are next, Steve. And I've already promised, tons of tension and complexity on the palate. Pretty dry style there. Lots of chocolate. Oh, the 75 is awesome. Moving on to the Puche Gu 78. This guy is pretty expensive. I was told it was going to come in a fancy decanter, but it didn't. So, whatever. This is barrel number F10. 120 bottles released. Mise en bouteille au Domaine de Hontenberg at 49.9. So this is real deal cask strength. This is the oldest of the Puche Gus I've had. And we're going to start with age over beauty. I mean, you see the color is just nuts. That's what 42, they say 42 years. It should be 43, but whatever. 43 years in barrel. New charred oak barrels, Gascogne oak feel. So how did you make? So you made it back from Scotland. Did your liver? It did. We didn't drink that much actually. We did a stint at the pot still. We did a little. Another good one, Ben Nevis in Phineaston area. That's another good little bar. Was really enjoyed. And then we did one night. We went to Bon Accord, which is another great whiskey bar. Oh wow! So this is such a different level than this 75. Here we're on the hyper exotic wood, mahogany and lacquer box, cigar. Less fruity than the 82 I just wrote a review about earlier this morning. When is Kentucky trip coming up? Hopefully I'll do more live during Kentucky. I wasn't really able to do it in Scotland because the times are so different. It doesn't really make sense. But yeah, next week after next, we're going to be out there. Oh, almost like a smoky element here. This stuff is insane. Oh, wow. Dark, like oolong tea, sweet maple syrup. All maple syrup is sweet. I don't know how I describe it sweet, but a sweetness that's dark and earthy. Not tannic at all. It's incredibly supple. Whoops. Anyway, that's pretty good stuff, guys. It's really expensive, and rightfully so. That's a $300 bottle, but dang, it's really good. Finish is crazy. Tons of complex, like bitter herbs and almost like cassis and red fruit and anise and wow, that stuff is nuts. Okay, on to the 82. Yeah, Kentucky's looking pretty good. We got a lot of good stuff coming. And I promised to give away a bottle of bourbon today, but now I'm going to add a bottle of Armagnac. What barrel picks will you be doing in Kentucky? We're going everywhere, but, you know, that one place. We're going everywhere. We go everywhere, man. I think the first day is... So we're starting at MGP for the first time. We'll be inside an MGP. I don't know if they'll let me take pictures, but I'll report back. I like, come to think of it, like I've never really seen many pictures from inside that distillery. Do you offer samples of Armagnac before we purchase? That is unfortunately illegal, Benny. We don't do that. And then we will go to, you got it right, Dan. Then we will go to New Riff, of course, that first day. We drive down to Louisville. The next day is Maker's Mark in the morning. And then we'll be at Willett, which I don't think we'll be getting barrels, but we're seeing them. And then we will be at, oh God, where is it? Lux Row and then Knob Creek. And then the following day we do, no, that's wrong, not Knob Creek. What is the last day? I need to look at the list. We're doing Preservation the next morning. We'll do, what is it there? The other one in, like Barton. Then we're going to go to, we're not getting out to Danville to Wilderness Trail, unfortunately. We'll definitely sit down to the bar at Willett. Any malts go unclaimed. Handsome Curtis, kind of. Email me. Like, many people sent in their, I guess it was too confusing for everybody. Many people sent in only about 20 people sent in anything. And then, like, 70% of those didn't make a selection of any kind. So it's a little bit of a bust last week. So I'm going to go through and just give everybody who mentioned what they want, what they got, what they get. Then Wild Turkey's Friday, Buffalo Trace is Thursday. We're going to do, the whole thing. Angel's Envy, Peerless, checking it all out. We will not be getting a Willett pick, but Drew is nice, but it's very complicated for them to give away picks. So on to the 82 here. Such a different carry than the 78. More just intensity of fruit here. The fruit is gnarly. More wood here, even, weirdly. More bourbony. Old Foe is also on the. Yeah, you're right. That we're meeting Old Foe one of those days at the new distillery, which I actually haven't been to. I'm hoping to go out, and see Michter's as well, but there's nothing really on offer. So that's exciting. We will go to new Old Foe distillery on Main Street there. Oh my God, this 82 is nuts. So much red fruit, it's incredible. Wild Turkey owes us 3 extra barrels. So yeah, we're very excited to see Bruce. We've got supposedly 5 on the table right now, which is great. We'll see if that actually happens. 82 in the car right now, good choice. Michter's picks, if only, that's right. Wild Turkey is exciting. We basically devoted the whole last day to Wild Turkey. We have Tequila Royalty here? That's cool. Who's here? What did I miss? Chava! What's up, bro? It's good to see you. I miss Mexico. I miss you, buddy. Hope you're well. Russell's picks. Yes, Benny. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to do Russell's picks. We're going to do Russell's picks. We're going to Bardstown Bourbon Company, too. Yeah, I just forgot to mention it. It's pretty much going everywhere. Almost everywhere. Yeah, our boys from KLWines. Everybody wants KLWines right now. Are you doing Kentucky Spirit pick for WP? We'll probably do Russell's Reserve. I've always wanted to do like 2 really similar barrels. One as Kentucky Spirit and the other as Wild Turkey, as Russell's Reserve. What I'd really like is if they'd bottle my cast strength for us, but we'll see. How about 13-year Russell's barrel picks? That could be cool, huh? How about one of those? Yes, sir. Jimmy Russell is literally my favorite person in the whole world. I'm obsessed with Jimmy Russell. BBC Discovery 7 coming soon. Is coming soon, apparently. I haven't got an ETA. They don't give ETAs anymore. We don't do a lot of drinking on site. We spit a lot, and then we take samples and we evaluate them off site if we need to evaluate them further. So yeah, we don't usually need a designated driver because we're not really consuming that much alcohol. You can see I'm quite used to tasting and spitting. To try a little bit, but although one day they're making us take a car, so yeah, we have one day proper DD, which I'll probably enjoy a lot. So how is the 82 compared to the 78? Great question, Pat. It's fruitier, it's woodsier. The 78 has more of that like cigar box and savory stuff. This is more honey, more vanilla, more wood flavors in a sense. But then the red fruit is just pure and forward. Coffee, honey, vanilla, fruit, cherry. On the palate, it's got great texture. It's 55% alcohol. I mean, this is all the way up there. On the palate, it's got great texture. Bitterness is not evident at all. Tons of stone fruit, peaches, stewed peaches, apricots, dried, fresh, the whole thing. Are you hiring evaluators? I wish. Great cast strength turkey would be dope. I agree. Nobody's really doing cast strength except for our friends at Four Roses. Luxco's doing cast strength. That's exciting. I think we're picking out 8 barrels of Rebel and Ezra. Not sure the ages. Trying to get preservation to do something Kentucky based, which could be interesting. We'll see. And who else is doing cast strength? Oh, and Elijah Craig barrel proof, of course. Hell yeah, that'll be dope. Maker's picks are cast strength as well. We'll be using the new stave profile. They won't do a regular cast strength single barrel for us, unfortunately. It's never been on the table, and it never will be, apparently. Any comparison to the 80 Mars from a few years ago? Yeah, I'd say the 78 is the 78 is maybe slightly closer in profile, but I think I like the 82 better. There's this freshness and balance that it's not under oaked. Like, the 80 was quite grippy, which I think this has softened up quite a bit. I don't think anybody's going to be upset with any of these. Curious about which Grangerie was your favorite out of the recent drops. The 75 is my favorite. It's more complex and savory. It's more balanced. I just tasted it. So go back and have a look. I heard Perlis does cast strength barrel picks. Yeah, we tried to do one. The problem with some of those Peerless picks is that they were never as good as the small batch blends. So maybe as I get older, we'll start to see the single barrels shining a little bit more. But I kept tasting them next to the regular release and finding that I preferred the regular stuff. So it's a little difficult for us. Not going to have anyone left when David gets back to Kentucky. That's true. That's accurate. The Rebel picks are pretty good. Very excited for that. So yeah, the 82 is awesome, juicy, complex, quite complete, more balanced than the 78. Not as sort of hammer, but great freshness up front. Okay, on to the bomb. This is 57.7%. It's a single barrel, free number 8. Yes. It says nice amber color with golden tints. I love these descriptions. A nose of dried fruit, candied fruit, and fine spices. Oh, I love these back labels. Who writes these? Are you visiting Four Roses, Jay? We are not visiting Four Roses. Nothing on the table for us right now. Will Ben Romack be available again soon? Yes, next week. We have plenty more coming. Don't worry. No 84 today. I didn't, Nick. I forgot the 84. I don't know where it is. Maybe I can get someone to grab it for me. I don't know. I didn't see it back there. We'll see. Might have not come in. So you can see quite a couple of shades lighter than even the 82. Still 30 plus years, and it says 30 years, which can't be right. 30 plus years in new oak. All of Yves Laporte's stuff is new oak. And again, a whole different world here now. This is surprisingly nutty. Big oaky. Oh, maybe this is the one I should be giving to the bourbon guys. Big woodsy, like fresh cut wood. Forest floor. A little bit of like oloroso-y, oxidative thing. Way less fruit than the 82. Yummy. I haven't been to... Oh my god, it goes down. It's woody. It's woody. It's rich. It's nutty. They're all different. I love it. I'm so into it. Was looking forward to the 84. Bought this one this week. Haven't picked it up yet. I remember the 84 being pretty good. Someone wants to see if there's some in stock in LA. I can have someone go look for it. I didn't see it right there, but we'll have to open a bottle, right? So pretty much that's it for the tasting. 3 new Encantadas. Well, I have a 4th, but I couldn't get the top off. That's always happens. These are the best little sample bottles. From their new domain. Definitely try to pick one of these. They're going to be expensive. You know, of course, $200. But, so it goes. The 2 Grangerie super olds. 1970 and 75. Delish. The, what did Live to Swim say? Sounds like the 30 or so picks coming. All right, yeah. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Time to take out a second mortgage before the rates go up. Why did y'all pass on the 94 Puche Gu? Was it a bit young? Did I taste that back in the day? I must have not have enjoyed it. Might have been lighter or sharper. I don't remember exactly, specifically. Can confirm stock is in LA. Thank you, Pat. Let me go find one. I guess I'll just take you guys over there. It's not that big a deal. Let's go find it together. We don't need masks in the store anymore. Do you find the 84? What? Do you see the 84 here? Oh my god, it's right there. I'm a dummy. Do you have a knife? Yeah. There it is. Gotta give the people what they want, Will. Great. You know that better than you want the 84. We'll open the 84.
What about the 90?
The 90's open. Oh. It's delish. Oopah. Let's see if I can get back to my spot. I'm killing myself. All right, the 84 is here. Just for you guys. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. These big fat tops on them now. Okay, 84. Here we go. Damn, 56.9. That sounds intense. Ooh, God, I love these descriptions. The nose is complex, full-hearted, rich, enticing with aromas of candied fruit, vanilla, cocoa, and fresh butter. Holy moly. Baked apple, fresh butter. These are all things I like. Pretty good color. It's hard to see which one is darker. You do get darker. Yeah, that looks like the 84 is a few shades darker. Maybe even than the... It's just the light in here. That looks almost identical to the 82. Because the color is the most important thing. That's how you tell if it's good. Okay. 12 in stock, 84. Now there's only 11, by the way. Don't buy them all. Yeah, it's a couple nicks darker than the 90. Field trip. I wish we were in Armagnac. I can't wait to get back there. That's the best. Oh, this glass is messed up. Sorry, gotta season the glass. Okay, here we go. We're back. Gorgeous color. You're welcome, Nick. My pleasure. Next year's lotto winner should get one night alone in the warehouse. Big Shanto. I think that's a great idea. Thanks for opening up the 84. Had my eyes on the birth year. Hell yeah, Big Shanto. Any idea what the grape varietal is? There's been some controversy about the grape varietal. I remember it being Baco. But I believe the bottler is telling us it's Uni Blanc. So there's some controversy about the grape varietal. Oh, God. I really got to line these up side by side. This is kind of a mixture of all three. There's some of that super pungent fruitiness, but not as much as the 82. Oh, lots of... Oh, now I'm liking this better. Lots of exotic spices, almost like Nag Champa, like that sort of thing. Oh my God. Chocolate, but like not normal chocolate, like chocolate powder, cacao tea. Ooh, this one's more tannic, more intense, more wood. Definitely a big boy. Has the astringency. This is probably going to need some air. Definitely, when you open this up, it's going to get better in the bottle. But yeah, as expected, delicious. It's darker and more structured than the 82. It's not got that juiciness of the 82. And it's not like the suppleness of the 78. It's a little more angular and hard-edged in a good way, you know? If you like a little drier tannin, a little less of that pop fresh fruit, the 84 is going to be great for you. I think most of the bourbon guys are going to be pretty happy with that. There's still plenty of sweetness. I don't think it's astringent per se, although some people who are a little more sensitive to that might find it a bit hard-edged. I think it's great. Very, very old school style. It's high proof, so give it some air. So anyway, that's the show. We got these great lineup today. I'll show you the whole thing. Here we go. Boom. Look at that. And I promised bourbon because nobody seems to care about anything else. But instead of just bourbon, we're going to offer... I have one bottle left on the list of one of our Puche Gu casks from Encantada. I think it's $150. I think it's barrel 93. I can't remember exactly. But one of those. And we're also going to offer today my one bottle left of the Wild Turkey, the one. So, with that in mind, email me, David Girard, Girard, at KLWines.com, with the answer to this very, very difficult question. When did Eddie, this is a tough one, when did Eddie Russell start at Wild Turkey? Good old Eddie Russell. Can you tell us about the new bottle of Angel's Envy? The newer bottle of Angel's Envy, Mike? I haven't opened it yet. I mean, I tasted it. I remember being very, very good. But next time you're in the store, I'll give you a rundown. It's definitely on my list of many things to open. You know, 1 week away and you're just slammed with things to drink. Foodie Versal, you all... Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. Which Encantada Puche Gu was it again? I don't know, Jason Drams. Whichever one was on the lottery this year. It's one of the few things that didn't get taken, shockingly, even with all the taters out there. Oh, this 84 is very intense. Big, woody. So yeah, get your Google searches going. Eddie Russell, when did he start Wild Turkey? And you could either have a wonderful loose Puche Gu single cask We have one bottle of that, or my last bottle of the Master's Keep 1. Why are they called taters? I don't really know the answer to that. So I'm sure someone here has a good explanation. Because they're potatoes? Because they're just like potatoes? It's the 99 cask 145. Yeah, that's right, Jason Drams. Great. Jason's Drams. Got it. Taters. I don't know, because it rhymes with haters. I don't really get it. I did see like all those goofy labels. There's a pretty funny one, the Tater Bait. Big fan of that label. Taters equals BT fanboys. Yeah, and just bourbon. But why the word taters? That's the big question. Where did that word specifically come from? We know what it means. But I think it's a controversial topic, really. Nobody can really agree on that. Yeah, that's all I got today, guys. Buy some Armagnac. This is way better than any of the bourbons we have. So much better. Come on. Spectators? An interesting theory, Mike. Maybe. Yeah, spectators. Yeah, because they're not... I don't know. Is that how you pronounce Luce Pibus? That is how you pronounce Luce Pibus. Yes. Yeah, it's the south of France, so they say the consonants at the end of the words. Yes. Hey, Mike, as good a theory as any. I'm convinced it has something to do with potatoes, but I don't have any basis for that theory. I have been pronouncing it wrong for a long while. Nick, I totally pronounce it wrong until I literally went there and heard them say it. They don't care what you say it or how you say it. It's not that type of French people. They're not pronouncing the words the way the French language would typically insist you do. So yeah, don't worry about that. Which Armagnac was the sweetest today? I think the 82 has that sweet fruit and honey. The 90 is sweet enough, I think, but the 82 is the one that has that obvious sort of sweetness and richness. Thank you for ordering the 84. It's fab. All right, we've already hit an hour, guys. I got a meeting to go to, and it's just been nonstop today. But it's really nice to be back. I'm really happy y'all showed up, and shoot me that email, davidgerard@klwines.com, if you can tell me what year Eddie Russell started at the Wild Turkey Factory in Kentucky. You could be the proud owner of a wild turkey. Of course, you'll have to pay for it. It's not really a giveaway, guys. It's not a giveaway at all. Or a Luce Pibus 99, which showed up somehow. Wow, we're actually selling bottles on Instagram. That's great. Good work, guys. Thank you for justifying my time here. It means a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the show. So we'll see you next week. I'm not sure what we'll taste. I guess we'll have to taste bourbon eventually. So maybe we'll have something fun. All right. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for coming out. Do you respond to the emails? What do you mean? I do typically respond to emails, although if it's a day drinking email with a specific, I won't respond until you've won, or if not, then I won't respond at all. If you have a specific question within the email, I will certainly respond to that. Which wild turkey is the chance to win? Oh, Dan, it's the new Master's Keep. Lots of 84 babies in here. Yep. The 82 is nuts. The 82 is my favorite of them, I think. The 78 as well, but of course the price is crazy. No shipping to Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, we can't ship spirits out of California. But so it goes. You're welcome to keep it here and come and get it. My pleasure, Dan. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you next week. All right, take it easy. Bye.